Welcome to another episode of the Cooking Swiss. And today we are going to make another all time family favorite. It's called a goat cheese pasta. And I'm doing this little intro because I had to, do a voiceover and for various reasons because it's so noisy in my kitchen all the time because it's like an open concept kitchen. Everything is in one room, the kitchen and the dining room and the living room. Everything is connected, so if somebody's watching TV in the living room, I can't really cook, so I decided to film the video anyhow, and now I'm just doing a quick voiceover, and I still hope you enjoy. And let's dive right in. We start off with a quarter cup of extra virgin olive oil. Then we add a teaspoon of salt. And we start grinding pepper. You can use regular pepper, more or less, depending on how much you like. Also, one package of goat cheese. Today I'm using a chili flavored goat cheese. You can have honey flavored, plain, whatever you like. Even there's an herbal type available. Aldi and Lidl both have it. And I'm just gonna crumble it up with my own hands because it's kind of this creamy, crumbly type of cheese. So if I were to chop it up on a board, it just would all stick to it. So it's just easier to crumble up with my hands. We're also gonna add or need a package of rotini pasta. I had already brought the pot of water to a hard boil and I'm adding salt. I like my pasta water salted fairly well. Other people don't like it that much, so you do whatever you like. Also, I always give it a really good stir right after I add the pasta to the water, because if you don't keep stirring, especially at the beginning, the pasta will clump together and yeah, it's not really a great flavor. And we're gonna cook this for approximately 10 minutes. I always go with the higher end because I'm not much of an al dente fan, but if you like that, then just cook it less. I like it soft. Now, of course, the big ingredient is tomatoes. I'm going to use one large tomato. I'm going to wash it. You can also use smaller tomatoes like grape tomatoes and cut those, but I just right now have one tomato. You could also use 2 medium tomatoes. And I cut that stem off and then chop it up into smaller pieces. Again, try to use one of these zigzaggy knives to cut tomatoes, otherwise it's just going to get all smushed up. I find it easiest to use one of those knives. We're adding this right into the olive oil and the cheese. Going back here to give it another stir. Again, I'm like really paranoid that it just clumps together, so I just keep stirring, especially towards the beginning of the boiling process. And while I was over there, I also grabbed garlic, and I'm gonna I will do 2 cloves of garlic. You could use regular garlic powder or just leave it off completely, but I do like the garlic flavor. Gives it definitely that Mediterranean touch. And today, instead of cutting it up, I choose to just crush it. In my little junk drawer of kitchen tools. Now the last ingredient is going to be arugula. I was lucky I found wild arugula. Wild arugula is a little bit smaller than the other type, more sturdy. And I'm going to give it a quick, nice rinse and wash. If you don't have arugula or you don't like it, you could just use regular lettuce. I have used lettuce many times before. I just always like to play around with the salad. The nice thing about this dish is that it gives you, basically kills two birds with one stone. You're also going to have the green leafy ingredient with the salad, and so it could almost be, it can be a side as well as an actual salad, but it's not really salad because we're not adding in any vinegar and anything sour. But you can easily bring that along to a party or eat it, when you're barbecuing. Make that as a nice side dish because you don't have to be worried that, warming it up. I can't talk today. So I like to just cut it up a little bit so you don't have these huge pieces that are hard to chew. It makes it easier. And really, I make this often during the week as a side dish, maybe if I'm making burgers or something. And it takes, combined from the moment I start cooking it till it's completely done, it probably takes around 20 to 25 minutes. Because all the prep work I'll do while the pasta is boiling and cooking. So everything can be done. So it's a nice and quick dish. In the meantime, the pasta is done. And this time I'm definitely grabbing 2 mitts to protect my hands, because I've burned myself before. And I usually, in this case, do not rinse the pasta off with cold water, because as long as it stays nice and warm, the cheese will melt easier, the goat cheese, and it will adhere itself better to the pasta. It's kind of steamy, you can hardly see. So I'm putting that in, and I have not added the arugula yet, because if that comes in contact with the hot pasta, then it's going to start to wilt. And I just put the pasta in and give it a very, very good mix or stir, just mixing it all up together. So now is the time to put the arugula in. You can obviously use a lot less. I like to have a lot in it. And also the dish at the end is going to look very pretty with all the colors. Almost like the Italian flag. So, and I think we are pretty much done with our goat cheese pasta. Please give this video a like. Subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you soon. Enjoy!